Hello and welcome back to Boxing Social in association with Betfred. My name is Eamon Khan. I'm here with horrible Harry Scarff. Hopefully not so horrible during this Zoom interview. Harry, good to meet you. Pleasure to meet you. How's life treating you?
Yeah, you too. Yeah, life's good. Yeah. What about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. All the better for speaking to you. Let's
Yeah,
rewind,
no, I've
Harry.
just been.
Go on.
No, I was just going to say. No, I've just been, hard at it in the gym, training, waiting for a date. Really, been seeing a lot of people getting out, and it's been a bit frustrating. But I've been keeping my head down, training hard, getting better, and then that's it. Hopefully, I might have something in the pipeline. So next couple of days, we should get something confirmed, which is exciting.
Is it difficult for you then? Obviously, you mentioned that bit of frustration. Is it difficult, like you said, seeing other people get out and you're kind of waiting for that date to sometimes kind of switch on and get prepared? Do you find that difficulty at all?
I don't, I think what I've done really well is keeping myself prepared and keeping myself on it and in the gym. And I love boxing. So for me, it's easy to stay in the gym and just keep getting better. So when I do get my opportunity, I'm better and I can take it with both hands.
Let's rewind slightly before we look ahead, Harry. Bit of a rebuild year for you last year after you had your second defeat in the pro game. How do you kind of assess your kind of that rebuild year back for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it was funny really looking back at it because I sort of had my first 7 fights all on Clifton shows and smaller hall shows, and then I got my opportunity at the English on Channel 5, and people would have said, "Oh, that was probably a bit early," and jumped into that, took that, won that, and won that well. And then after that, boxed Fowler. Wasn't the best night for me. I had a couple of problems going into it, but lost that one fair and square. Then obviously I had the Williamson fight on BT, which I took at about, I think it was a week and a half's notice, and I went in there and I had a better performance than against Fowler. Didn't get the decision, but a lot of people thought I did well and deserved something out of the fight, and I think that's what's put me in the position where no one's really since then wanted to fight me at super welterweight. And then spending more and more time in the gym, I was finding the weight easier and easier. So I thought, you know what, I may as well campaign at welter. And then I've had a couple of run-outs, just to test the weight and what have you. And then that's been great. So, and hopefully we might be getting closer to something, a meaningful fight, because I'm ready to fight absolutely anyone in the welterweights. I look at that welterweight list and, I'd have fought anyone at super welter, which I think I've proved by jumping in with people in the past. But at welter, I feel really good, really strong, and like I say, I think people will see a lot from me this time round. That's different because I've just got better. I've just got so much better, and I can't wait to show it, to be honest.
Yeah, Leon said to me that you're kind of really itching to just kind of get out there and throw yourself into the mix there. But before we kind of get you talking about that, I just want to know what, as a boxer, as a person, you kind of learned from just, I suppose, yourself from those 2 losses that you did take.
Yeah, I mean, from the first one, I think, like I said, I won the English title, and then I took the Fowler fight, and I think. When I look back at it now, I think that I was playing at it a little bit. I was working and I was training, and I wasn't dedicating myself like I am now. And I think I've realised what I need to do to reach that level. I need to be on it all the time. And that's what I am now. And that's where we've seen in the gym, by being in the gym all the time, my progression is just it's coming on really quick.
You've mentioned your eagerness to kind of get back in the ring and kickstart your 2022. You're mandatory, I believe, for Sam Antwi's English welterweight title. So is that your plan? Is that who's in your target sites right now pursuing that mandatory?
Yeah, anyone, like I said, I'd fight anybody. But when I'm made mandatory for the English, I'll take that and win the English title again. at welterweight, obviously. You know, 2-weight English champion sounds all right, doesn't it? And then I think that fight's a good fight for me, and it'll springboard me into the bigger fights. You know, he had a decent fight on Sky, so we'll see if they take that.
You mentioned that fight was on Sky. It's with Conor Walker. What did you make of that? Although it was a unanimous decision, it was a close fight there. What did you see for your eye?
Yeah, I mean, I know Conor Walker. I boxed him in the amateurs, but I think, I don't know. I didn't think too much. I thought it was a really good fight, you know, a good match. But I think my style was just, you know, wrong for Antwi, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I saw on Twitter that you called out a number of fighters, you know, you being confident in your abilities and are looking for those potential fights with the likes of a Marku, a Chris Jenkins, who incidentally were paired up together today, actually, weren't they?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
A Chris Kongo. So I suppose those two are tied up. Let me get your initial reaction to that. And then obviously Chris Kongo being someone who hasn't got a opponent as of yet, maybe that's something that could be explored, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'd be a great fight if you know, Kongo hasn't got an opponent yet for March. Don't know if they might put us together. That'd be great, you know. And then obviously I've seen that Jenkins and Marku got put together. Obviously Marku was in our gym for a bit, but I'd love that fight. You know, we sparred a couple of times in the gym, and you know, it was sparring, but there's nothing I'd fear fighting Marku, put it that way. And then with Jenkins, I think, you know, he's obviously been a good pro. He's been around for a long time, and I thought, you know, that'd make sense, you know, and I think that's a good fight for me as well. But them two together, so, you know, hopefully down the line can get the winner. But I was just looking at absolutely anyone ahead of me, and I think I was highlighting them fighters because they were ones on Sky and Boxer, you know, that seemed to be linked with them. So absolutely any of them. I'm just eager. I don't want rubbish fights, you know. I want proper fights where, you know, and just to test myself. I've always been the same. I've been the same in the amateurs. You know, I did well as an amateur, and I've done the same as the pros. And I think that's just the way that it should be: fighting regular, learning, and improving all the time.
With that, Harry, obviously your willingness to fight anyone obviously comes out very clearly. But I want to know, if you had it your way, realistically, who would be your next opponent? Who would you want to be in the ring with?
I don't know, either Antwi or Kongo, just for the simple fact that they haven't got dates, and like you say, Jenkins and Marku would have been great also, but they've been paired together, so that takes them sort of off the table, if you like. But yeah, Kongo, Antwi, either of them two would be perfect for me.
Sticking on Chris Kongo, we obviously saw him fight Luther Clay. Then he had the fight with Michael McKinson, came up short with that one. How do you feel you kind of match up with someone like Chris Kongo? He's got the kind of rangy style, the jab works well with him too. How do you think you'd fare up with him?
Yeah, well, I think you know, I can do a bit of everything. And I was actually in camp for the final week of sparring before Kongo fought McKinson. I was in McKinson's camp. You know, and we got good work there, and then obviously went on and beat Kongo. Yeah, I think I'm happy to fight any of them. I think my style causes problems for any of the welterweights in the country, to be honest. So yeah, I'd relish the opportunity to fight any of them.
He's since linked up with Ben Davison, hasn't he? Do you think Chris can kind of adapt to that sort of style?
I don't know. I think he's done a lot of work with Josh Taylor over the years in the sparring and stuff. But no, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, Ben Davison looks a decent trainer. I think he's had a lot of fighters that have, you know, been given to him, if you like. But he seems to be doing well with what he's got. But I don't know. I don't think it changes much with his game, to be honest. I think he's what you see with him, and I think I've got a good idea of how I'd beat someone like Chris Kongo, basically.
Harry, let's have a look at a couple of things before I bring it back to you. You mentioned obviously being in McKinson's camp for the fight with Chris Kongo. McKinson has his hands full with Ortiz Jr. very soon. Tell me what you think of that fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a massive fight, isn't it? And it's obviously a big ask, but you know, I'm wishing Mikey McKinson all the best for that fight. You know, hopefully he can go out there and, you know, pose some problems for him. And you know, if he could do it, that'd be great. But, you know, even if he goes and puts on a good display, you know, he's right up there for massive fights again. So, you know, willing him all the best there, 100%. He's a nice guy as well, you know. He's a nice guy. So, yeah, you know, wishing him all the best. Even though we're in the same division, I'd fight him, but he's a top bloke, you know.
Harry, we're going to get some back and forth, interesting back and forths now that Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte have both signed their contracts for that heavyweight fight. First of all, your reaction to that, and tell me how you think that fight goes.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a good fight, isn't it? It's a very good fight, but I think it's a big ask for Dillian Whyte. You know, I rate Tyson Fury highly, but it's heavyweight boxing. It's fun and games. You know, they're both big characters, big personalities. So it's going to be a fun build up. And actually, I've seen them spar for a few weeks when Dillian Whyte was one of Tyson Fury's sparring partners. We're probably going back about 10 years when they used to come down to One Nation in Derby, because that's where they were based at one point for a couple of weeks, and I'd be there watching them when I was younger, and I've seen them spar in the past. I know it was a long time ago, but yeah, that was interesting. So, you know, it's interesting again seeing them fighting, you know, after seeing that firsthand all them years ago. And then we've got Ty in the gym. Ty Mitchell was obviously a big pal with both of them, so it will be firmly on the fence. But no, I think it's a great fight, but I do think Fury is just a bit too good.
Harry, you can't just say that you've seen them both spar and then just leave it at it was interesting. Tell me what happened. What did you see when both of those?
Well, this was a long time ago. I can't think. Who would have won the spar? It was just sparring, you know. It was just sparring. Tyson's obviously a very good boxer, isn't he? And Dylan brings it, you know, and that's about what I can remember from the spar, to be honest. Like I say, we're going back now. I think I would have probably been 16, 17 at the time. So probably 11 years ago, that was 10, 11 years ago, you know. But that's
fair enough. I'll let you off the hook there because I can't remember much that happened 10, 11 years ago either myself. But Harry, Derby's got a growing base. I mean, the Midlands has a growing base in terms of talent as well. You've got your fighters coming up like your Sandy Ryans, your Zach Parkers. Some promoters are targeting maybe having fights held at the Pride Park Stadium. You'd certainly be someone, I imagine, who, if a bill was put on there at Pride Park, you'd want to be there. Yeah,
hopefully, you know, that'd be great. I know a few people in the local area with different promoters and stuff, but if there could be big shows in Derby, it'd be great. It'd be great for the city. I mean, everyone's sort of coming together in Derby at the minute. Obviously, you've got everything that's going on with the football, you know, and the Rams are fighting hard for us at the minute, and you know, and it's sort of bringing everyone together. So if we can sort of get on the back of that, and you know, everyone can get behind the boxes, because like I say, we have got a lot of talent that's really coming to fruition, and people are looking to box for titles. You know, like I say, you've got Parker, Sandy's doing great. And then you've got Myron. So yeah, it's really good for the city.
Harry, I get the feeling that you want to crack or another opportunity at getting like the spotlight on you again and kind of showing yourself for what everything that you can show or have been doing in the gym. Is that a fair assessment of kind of you, of where you're at now in terms of wanting to kind of get that opportunity? And do you feel you've shown fans everything in the time that you have had, what you're all about in the ring?
No, I think no, I don't think I have, and I think no, I don't think I've shown everything that I've got at all, and I'm eager to show it, you know, and I think I will show it. I think I've learned. I feel like I'm just coming to the main part of my career, if you like. I feel like I've jumped in early, but I've had a good apprenticeship because I've boxed on the big stage before. You know, I've boxed fighters that are, you know, good fighters and have gone on to do good things. So I know my way. I know what I'm doing, and I'm, like I say, I've built on that. So yeah, I'm just eager to show what I've got.
Harry, let's leave the final thing with you. I know you haven't quite got a date yet, but when can we maybe expect to see you back in the ring?
It should be end of March. So hopefully end of March, we can get out and get some news and get cracking, get pushing on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like it. I like fighting. I'd like to fight every couple of months. Would be great for me. You know, I think a lot of people wait too long. You know, even the top fighters, they box. You know, some of the fights are few and far between. Like, I think boxing's good when everyone's boxing each other, win, lose or draw, and they're in good fights. And you know, but I think if everyone does that in the welterweight division, I'll be the man who comes out on top of it all. But it would be good times for a division if everyone could do it and everyone could box domestically instead of getting all these international opponents over with, you know, fake records and they're no good. You know, I think domestic boxing and domestic clashes are where it's at. They're always the best, aren't they?
I think that's an idea that everyone can concur with. Bit of a mouthful there, sorry. Seeing the best fight the best, obviously, over here as well. But Harry, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Wishing you all the best, and hopefully we get to see you out soon. Thank you so much for speaking to Boxing Social.
Yeah, thank you very much.